Hello everyone, and welcome back to Allthemodium 7. In the last episode, we went a little bit into the distance and we set up a generator for a mod that I'd never even touched before, and it is called Deep Resonance. So we've got a pretty cool setup here where this generator will fire a pretty cool laser towards this resonating crystal that we've specially created using this structure over here, and it gives us, 13,000 RF per tick. And it stores a pretty decent amount. Now, this isn't a max crystal. You can probably push it a little bit further, but it was sort of enough that, I don't think it's worth the effort to try and push it further. I could be wrong. I'll toggle shaders off because the copper looks a little bit weird over here, as well as the liquids. But essentially, the quick rundown of how this works is we have lava in here, half of a tank full, because that's a specific... You need to do half a tank to make it the most efficient it can be, or whatever. You put ores in here. The ores turn into fluids, liquid crystal fluids. The tanks multi-block together, and then I actually have it so that the valve will let out one bucket worth of this fluid into this bottom tank 24/7. It'll only allow that to happen. And then the other cool thing is what? Oh yeah, this purifier will purify that. So it'll purify. We've got a pipe at the back sending it right back up. So essentially it's just non-stop purifying itself. Once it reaches, I think we've got this guy. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got him set to 70%. So once we have 70% purity, it will go down here into this tank, which is also another multi-block. That could potentially get charged with a laser if we had it properly set up. And then once this reached a certain percentage, it would go over this way and into this crystallizer. So yeah, that's the system. It's ugly, but it's pretty much automated. The only other bit would be this this laser part, getting this guy up and running. But yeah, it's a very beautiful mod, but in terms of production, it's not the greatest. By the way, I am using in this episode Complementary Reimagined. They are very beautiful. So, what's the plan? I pressed the wrong button. Now, in the last episode, the power production wasn't amazing. It just simply wasn't for the amount of effort we did. This episode, I'm going to see if we can show off what a little bit of effort could also do in terms of power production. So, in the past, but to be fair, we've done a lot of the hard work already. We've set up an energizing orb, and we've automated them. Now, underneath here's the automation. We have a comparator that reads whether there's stuff inside of here, and it sends the redstone out through a transmitter, and then... I don't know where we've got the other end of that. Let's see. I think it's over through this teleporter. So the other end of that receiver is actually, if we can sneak back here. You know what I need? I need a shrinking device. This would come in very handy. So let's grab this. Let's shrink. Here we go. And I'll walk back here. So back here we have the receiver. So when there's items in there, it will send the pulse into this guy. And then as soon as the items get taken out, the next pulse comes in, which allows, more of that recipe to go through. And yeah, it's pretty simple. So we'll run back through here. We'll go ahead and unshrink ourselves or enlarge ourselves. We'll do something. And we're going to get started with power. Power is incredibly broken. It's one of those things where it's too good. It's arguably too good. Now, it does need resources to run. It's quite a decent amount of prep is put into getting it running. What we're going to need, essentially, are just reactor pieces. Now, there's quite a few. There's the starter tier, and you can see the stats here, the maximum extract and the generation rate. It can allegedly do 250 forge energy per tick. I think that's just at base without any extra perks, I think. And this goes all the way up to Nitro. Nitro doing 500,000 forge energy per tick. So that's pretty cool. Now, I happen to know of a guy that can make Nitro stuff. So I'm going to create this pattern. Ooh, you know what? This is actually interesting. I think with power, but power's a little bit weird like this. If I search the power mod, they have this same tier system throughout everything, right? It starts at starter and it goes all the way up to Nitro. And some of these use the previous ingredients to go up there. Now, I don't think that was always the case, or it was something like this, yeah. Where, like the Ender Cell, for example, you don't need to make all the previous tiers, but the Energy Cell you do. And then I think it's the same with the cables. Oh, the cables you can actually upgrade. Okay, the Ender Gates. Yeah, the Ender Gates need the cables, so essentially... Oh, well, I guess no, because the Ender Gates, you can't turn them back into cables. So once you make them, you're stuck with them. You can't upgrade them. It's always interesting looking at how a mod sort of goes about doing this when they have extra tiers. Like, how do you get rid of the junk? Is it literally just junk, or can you upgrade it? In this case, you've got to upgrade it, but when we're already at the end tier, it's almost a bad thing, because now we need to autocraft pretty much all of this, including the uraninite, which is one of the ingredients. We'll need nitro capacitors, so we'll order that. I don't think we had the large capacitors, oddly enough, so we'll order that as well, sure. I'm saying order, I'm just saying like grabbing the recipes for it. The uraninite, we do have smelting. I believe, yeah, you could purify this stuff to get a bunch out of it. Genuinely a decent amount if you have the ores there. I'm also considering what would happen if I give him to the other guy. Well, what's the guy called? Yeah, let's grab this stuff. Our Marid dude. What's his name? Here, we'll put a pause on the recipe crafting. We'll run back here. This guy. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That is definitely not his name. His name is Madslamarius, of course. What's he currently doing? He's currently crushing a bunch of copper. Okay. I see a slight issue. All right. Let me just go ahead and drop that there. There we go. And we'll see if, actually, you know what? I think I can just open him up and manually place that in. I think he just threw it on the ground. I don't think he actually cares too much. Okay. All right. Another thing as well, we don't have much uraninite. I think, oh yeah, you know what? I think I recall reading in a patch note that it's been added to the mining dimension. The problem is I've already been here. I might have to, oh, it's gonna get messy. I might have to like pick all of this up, delete my mining dimension, and let it reload with the new world gen. Do we think that's a good idea? It might be. Also, I don't know what's happening with my world gen in general. Normally, can't we see further than we currently can? Oh, no, sorry. Normally we can, but the builder has just dug more out. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, something's not adding up here, but no, it's adding up perfectly. Yeah, okay. We'll do everything else, and then we'll have to, I'll have to figure out what I'm doing for the mining dimension. So, yeah, I guess back to the patterns. I think. So yeah, basically, we'll figure out the uraninite stuff later. In the meantime, where are we? The reactors. So we're gonna need spirited ones. So we're gonna have to create this. We're also going to have to create the spirited capacitor. So there we go. Then if we go back here, we're going to need the the niotic ones, and then I think the niotic, we also need to make the niotic capacitors. there's a lot to unpack here. And then I think we're doing, yeah, okay. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Surely. Okay, I believe these are all of the recipes except for obviously the uraninite stuff. But oh, perfect. If we now look and we try to order one of these, it's gonna say, yeah, we're only missing uraninite. We have all the other things. Everything's good to go. So yeah, all we need is uraninite. Now, luckily we do have some. This is probably enough to get us started, especially if we do in fact do one of these recipes that gives us a bunch. The purification chamber for just this ore is going to give us 5. That's pretty good. Or we could energize it to also get 5. Also pretty good, I guess. We could try like doing some fortune. Let's go in here. Oh, I keep doing at. We also need to fix our fortune system because currently it almost works. We'll order one. It'll do at least half of the heavy lifting. So yeah, what's the plan? We do have a purification chamber. It's currently back over here though in our machining area, I believe. I guess we'll just chuck the stuff in there. Maybe I'll keep a few extra just in case we want to try out the fortune. Purification chamber. Here it is. You know, yeah, we'll put 10 in. That's a good 50. That seems like a pretty good deal, doesn't it? Now the problem is this guy, yeah, he was going to try to export him, but I guess there's nowhere for it to go. Alright, now if I remember the recipe, well, I guess that was only to craft one of them. We might actually need quite a bit more, in which case this episode might get messy very, very fast, which I feel like it already has. But we'll put this stuff away. We'll search for our reactor. Now, for these, I believe you want 36 of them. Because what it's going to be is it'll be a 3x3 by 4. So that's essentially 9 times 4. And if you pull your hands out and do some math, that is 36. So we're going to need 36. Yeah, we're going to need... Oh, we only need 40 more. We can do that. Can we? Ooh. Not quite. Not quite. I think we're 5 short if we do that. Okay. Sure. You know what? I might do it. Let's see if I can fix this this dimension. Man, this is gonna be messy. Here's what I'm thinking I do. I'm thinking I grab out a backpack. I think one of these I had like pimped out with upgrades, didn't I? Or did I take the upgrades off it? I must have taken the upgrades off it. Backpack. Oh yeah, it was the netherite backpack anyway. Oh no, this does have pick up stuff and all that. So this is full of junk. I'm gonna go ahead and empty this into my system. All right, so all that stuff's in my system. Beautiful. The next thing I believe I'm gonna do is pick up all this stuff, which means we probably want that turned off. We probably want to turn off the chunk destroyer because I think that's gonna just start spewing things on the ground. That actually, yeah, that would have been horrible. And I'll be back with this nice and cleaned up. I'll show me turning this thing off. All right, so I disconnected the power and it drained pretty much instantly. So I don't think we have to worry about it mining stuff without power. So that side of things is done. Let's go back and I guess try and figure out the rest of this. Luckily you know what? It's actually gonna be really easy. I'm acting as if it's gonna be somewhat difficult, but it's very much not. I believe the only thing we have in this dimension is this guy, which can get picked up. The builder, obviously, all of this stuff. If we go ahead and grab packing tape, I might have to craft some. Oh, and someone also suggested a few different things. One is making the packing tape eternal, which sounds awesome. We'll go ahead and order one of these. The other thing they suggested was really cool. What was it? Potentially sophisticated shulkers. Oh, and it does exist. This would prevent the entire need for me packing them up to begin with. Very cool things. Yeah, I guess I would suggest this stuff because if the original shulker is just a normal shulker, then it has to be a base tier wooden. You can't shulkerize a different chest. I was like, maybe you can. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna packing tape up this and this. I'm gonna pick up that and that. So there we go. We've got. In fact, I think they're already going into this guy. Yep, all the stuff's in there. So then I think we just picked the whole thing up. Okay, let's see. I believe these will store their inventory. I'm pretty sure they will. This could be a problem as well, knowing what stuff to extract. You know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. How does that sound? I'm just going to pick everything up. Oh, the sound in your ears. I apologize if that was as ear-piercing as it was in mine for whatever reason. We'll pick up all this, all that. Pick up that. Sure, pick up this. Yep, pick up that. Okay. I think that's everything. Obviously, there's that, which, we don't really need. There's the elevator down here, which doesn't do anything. But this will actually be a really good example for the new world gen, right? I'm obviously on a world made quite a while ago. We're on what? We're in like the 80s in terms of episodes. I think we're on 80, 85 or 86, which is insane to begin with. Thank you guys for sticking by for that long. But the other thing is we get to see, even though the pack was pretty well done when we started, you can see the progression. So this is what the mining dimension looks like in the deep slate layers. There's pretty much nothing. Like I was mining and I was trying to find redstone and I found pennies. Like absolutely, I just found nothing. Like look at this. I'm honestly expecting the new world gen to be absolutely just maniacal. So you can go all the way down here. You can see there's beautiful, pretty much nothing. And another thing, by the way, that I should mention is our public servers doing a soft reset, meaning that the map is getting reset, but you can try and bring along pretty much anything you can store. And now that might still sound pretty rough because, you'd lose your base or something. But keep in mind, we do have things, create schematics, arguably the perfect thing to use. They work with a lot of modded blocks. They're very good. We also have a public creative Allthemods server that you can test your schematics in to see if they paste and if they're gonna break the server or not, or if it's gonna bring what you want to come, and just to make sure it works. So create schematics are beautiful. These are the 3 things you pretty much need: schematic and quill, schematic table, schematic cannon. You can pretty much do everything with that. And the other thing I would highly suggest would be the copy paste gadget. My renders don't really work yet. Outlines for now. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Direwolf. So yeah, these are pretty good as well. They work really well. In my experience, create schematics have just been a little bit more reliable in terms of pasting modded blocks. But to be fair, that's pasting them in creative mode. Pasting them in survival mode might be a bit more finicky, and copy-paste gadgets might be better, especially while we're on the topic, since copy-paste gadgets can use construction paste, which means you don't even need to have the blocks. So yeah, okay. I think we've got everything. Obviously, the chunk destroyer is in the other. It's not, over here. I don't think... The only thing I thought we might have left would be the chest that was full of the 60,000 billion gajillion stuff. But I think we emptied that, didn't we? I believe we did. So yeah, once again, here's what the world looks like. Maybe I'll take a screenshot for myself so that I can remember what the sort of world gen looked like. And I'll tell you what. I will either be back with the new mining dimension, or I'll be back letting you know how I broke my world. So yeah, I'll be back. Well, actually, just before I go, another important thing is, especially in regards to the server wipe and stuff, if you're storing things, please try to store them in like a refined storage system, like in drives or something. I actually don't know how occultism works. I don't know how that the storage system works for that. I guess we'll find out. But try not to store everything in backpacks, because when you're holding this stuff and it's in your player inventory and stuff, there's a pretty high chance that your player file will corrupt. And then we can't do anything. For all we know, that might not be a thing nowadays. It might have been fixed, but that has been a thing in the past. Pretty much in every version we've played, there's been issues with mass storage in your inventory, whereas the refined storage disks and stuff, they get stored, the actual data stored like somewhere else. It's not just, infinite items in your player file, which I believe happens with the backpack. So I'm even just placing this on the ground before I back out to try and get rid of this dimension. Okay. I'm back. I know we're in the pause menu. I just thought I'd show you, or I guess tell you how I got to delete the files. Assuming it worked. I haven't gone in the dimension yet. But in the worlds folder, I left the world completely. Not just the dimension, but the world file. And then open the folder. Inside of the world folder, there's a dimensions folder. You open that up. Then you want to open up Allthemodium. Then you want to open up mining. Then you want to open up region. And I went ahead and I deleted all the region files. Okay? It let me back in the world, so that's a positive. Let's see what the mining dimension looks like. I think this works. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, nice. Okay. I mean, that's good. I don't know what this ominous shadow is. You know what I mean? Like, there's a few splotches. Okay, in fact, there's quite a few splotches. Are they clouds? You know what? They might be big shadows, because I think they are moving. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, here's the new dimension. So, I say let's make it look beautiful. Now, obviously, do I do the RF? You know what? We'll go back there. we'll set up the builder. I was gonna argue that we should just set up a chunk destroyer, but to be honest, I think the builder is still pretty good. Oh, you know what? Well, hopefully it's still here. Our backpack. We do need this guy, so I'm gonna punch him. Hopefully he'll pop up. Yep, there we go. We'll jump ships, jump dimensions. We'll open this guy up. I obviously would like my builder. I think it keeps the quarry card in it, believe it or not. So that should be pretty simple. We'll chuck on an ender gate. It can only take 20k anyway. And that should be good enough to get started, right? Do we want to place these in this dimension? Oh, sorry about that. So yeah. I don't know. I was sort of thinking I should set this up in the overworld purely from I think it would just be better to be in the overworld situation, but man, I mean, like, who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows? You know what? Oh man, I really don't know. You know what? We'll set it up in here. And I'll give you a pretty decent argument as to why. Now that we're using wireless networks a lot more, like these networks from refined storage, I feel a lot more comfortable bringing the network in here if I need to, instead of bringing the stuff to the overworld. And if we want to put stuff in our occultism storage, which I still do use the successor quite often, not quite often, but more than I thought I would, purely because it's reliable. It doesn't need power. You know what I mean? So like, if anything happens to the refined storage system, I've got this backup entry, and it's got everything that's within it, but it doesn't have everything that's within the refined storage system. But obviously the refined storage system has everything that's within it because of the external storage we have on it. Does that did that make sense? I mean, I can show it off real quick. It probably made sense to everyone, but I'm going to go ahead and point at it anyway. So obviously everything's stored in those there, this contraption that we have, this floating thing, and that's accessible via this wormhole. But the other thing is we have an external storage on the back, so our refined storage system can access everything within our occultism wormhole. Does that make sense? But the occultism wormhole can't access anything that would be in drives if we happen to have them. Right? Yeah, sure. we'll pretend that made sense. So yeah, I don't think it's a problem having it in here. We can pretty it up. Everything's going to look awesome. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to go on a little bit of a quest placing down all this junk. And then I'll be back. Okay, I think we've pretty much done it. Bound to builder in the other. No, in the mining. Okay, so this guy, yeah, I remember that guy. Bound to ender chest in the overworld. Okay, yeah. I don't really know. I don't really know what we need attached. I think this is good. So this is obviously the storage controller. This is a netherite chest and another netherite chest holding a bunch of junk. So this one, for example, is just full of this junk. Sure, why not? Beautiful. He can chill there. We can find a spot to put this flower. It can go there. Wonderful. Excellent. Beautiful progress. Awesome. This other chest, this was the one that was receiving all the items originally, right? So this guy, what does he need? He needs a pipe into the storage controller and arguably a pipe into this thing, but I'll be honest, I think I'm just going to start voiding the crystals. You know what? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. All I know is that this chest is going to go right here. Okay? This is full of all of the junk that we were trying to get into the system via, if I grab them here, pipes, obviously. So we'll connect these up. We'll set it to extract. We'll open this guy up, chuck in a pipe upgrade, and I'm going to remove this filter. So it's just going to try to put anything it can into these. Clearly, it can't. There's certain things it cannot put in. I also haven't even linked everything together, so that's probably another issue. Let's also grab, I do want to place, can we get another 2x2 drawer real quick? The reason being is, I didn't want to do that. I want to put a lot of these like big resources in here. Like, we're not going to get all of this stuff 24/7. Well, maybe we will, but like, I don't really care if there's blast furnace going into our other storage, but the moss blocks, the dripstone, anything that's pretty much over 1,000, we sort of want to be putting somewhere. You know what I mean? We don't want to just have it laying around, I guess. With that being said, that's honestly pretty good. Like, just the few things I grabbed. I know there's a bunch of this stuff, but we'll sort that out. I've got a few plans. As for whether those plans will work out, well, we'll see. So that stuff goes there. That's all good. Let's then get a void upgrade for it. That's very important. Chuck that in there. There we go. So now it's voided. And then we'll grab a linking tool. We'll also grab a configurator. This will allow us to lock the chest because I think all of these have unlocked themselves. Yeah, so I've actually got to go through and right click on all of these, I think. Oh, actually, sorry. I think... Oh, no, yeah. I think if I were to link them all first, I could then... hold on. Swapped action to add. Shift right click on this guy. Right click here. All of these have been added. And then all of these have been added. So it's one giant network. Now if I right click on this, we can lock everything at once. So everything's been locked. Now something snuck in, which to be honest isn't a bad idea. I'll unlock it so that they can all fill up. Because we've got a few extra... Oh, no, actually they're not empty. There's currently a dead bush in there. There's a lantern and something else. But anyway, we'll lock it up again. So now all of them are locked. And yeah, that should solve a lot of our issues. Yeah. So what are we doing with the rest of this stuff, you might be wondering? Well, I believe that's where I'm going to bring the wormhole back into play. Now, the problem here is we need to do a ritual for it, and they're not the most exciting things to do. So we'll hop back in the overworld, we'll sleep, I'll grab all the resources, I'll get the ritual set up. Ooh, and we can time in a bottle it, so it's not actually that bad of an idea. Okay, so we grab this little booklet. Beautiful. We can fly back over here. Now, this one is... I think it's this thing. I think there's an E there. Yep. So this guy is going to get Ender Pearl, Nether Quartz, and wormhole frame. That's just some other stone and some gold. Pretty simple. We chuck in our little booklet. The thing starts up. It'll normally take a little while, but we've got just under 13 hours stored, so I can probably 16 times this. Stuff starts disappearing. Let's do 32 times. Get this out of the way. Everything teleports away a lot faster, and we have our thing. Oh, but it's been picked up in here. So there it is. Our stable wormhole. So how does this work? It's not linked currently to a storage actuator. So I believe I want to go over here. This thing is a storage actuator. I right click on it, maybe? I shift right click on it. Yep. And now it is linked. So we've connected them. Ooh. So now if we go back over here, oh God, I didn't want to go that fast. We can hop into the mining dimension. Now, I do realize a little bit too late that we probably could have just sent the stuff into our refined storage system. And I think that works the same. Actually, yeah, in hindsight, I really didn't need to make that. But we made it. Okay, yeah. You know what? We actually didn't need to make that. Let's ignore that for now. What we're going to do, though, is I'm going to break this. We can do it at the front, we can do it at the back. We'll do it at the front, sure. I'm going to place a receiver here, network card it. I'll go hook this up. This one's mining dim, beautiful. We'll quickly run back here. So far, so good. So this is now hooked up. What I was going to do was grab an external storage. That's obviously important. No, I think how were we doing it previously? Were we entangling it into the overworld? I think we must have been. But what I'm going to do this time is slap it here. That should connect up. Yep, a little bit of lag for whatever reason. This is all fine. I think realistically, I want this to extract only. I think. It probably doesn't matter, but I think this is just easier. I think it's just easier to do it this way, because that way we won't run into any issues in the future. I am going to grab another... am I going to grab another external storage? Essentially what I wanted to do... You know what? I actually do need that wormhole. I want to have things go into our wormhole, so into our normal system, all of this junk that we have in here. I want it to go into there only when it can't go into our storage controller. So the way we're going to do that is by making use of pipe upgrades. So inside of here, we can set this guy to do different types of distribution, like furthest first, round robin, random. I want mine to do nearest first. What that'll mean is it will place things in the closest inventory, being the controller, and then if it can't get in there, whether it's full or whatever the reason is, it will then go to the next location, the next furthest. So we can bring this out, and then this guy is clearly the furthest location. So everything that can't go, everything that can't go into our storage controller will instead go into there. And that's it. That's it done. Perfect. How beautiful is that? So yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote. I could have hide that underground, but it's not the ugliest thing, I think. So what's next? The builder. You're probably screaming. You're like, where's the builder? It's been half an hour. We still have no builder. Well, I'm going to entangle it to this chest like what we've done with the other miner that we have, the chunk destroying the other. So I'm also going to grab the builder. I don't necessarily mind seeing the big destruction. By the way, I can turn these shadows off. I never really noticed them before. What were they in? Sky, maybe? Clouds? Cloud shadows. We can turn that off. I can click apply, and I think all of this becomes beautiful again. Maybe in a few seconds? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I kind of missed them now. We'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. But anyhow, this guy is hooked up. He does have power, which is a little bit scary to be honest, but he does need redstone. We can highlight the area he's going to do. There it is. So it's remembered the coordinates. Obviously, you know, we're no longer set up over here, or as close as we were. But hey, I have no problem with it mining out this massive area. That's not an issue. Our stuff's over here. It's safe. We realistically, because of the way that the builder works, we don't need to place it that far away. Like, it doesn't have to be this, like, distant thing. Realistically, we can place it anywhere. I'm just going to place it, I guess, there. Because, I don't know, it's nice and cozy. Sure, why not? We can double check, you know, we can remove the highlight again. Yep, it's definitely not encasing us. Perfect. We'll remove that highlight. We can double check. Box, solid, all that stuff's good. We can void stuff if we want. I don't necessarily want to. I think we're pretty good to go. We've got our nice lever. This guy will get placed on the side. Why not? On the top, I'm going to place the entangled block that is entangled to that guy now. Here we go. You know what we could do? I could just send it into a chest first, just to see what it looks like. It's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this on. You ready? 3. I guess he needs power too. 3, 2, 1. Here it is, 20,000 RF per tick. So not perfect, but also not horrible. My map is gone again. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out if this map keeps disappearing. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons too because I'm, oh my god. Oh, there it is. Ha, caught in the act. So up in this direction, this is, I believe, where we're mining. Sorry for how loud that was. So my main thing, I'm sure there's going to be a decent amount of resources up the top. There was previously. I mainly want to see what is all the way down here in the deep slate. Now, to be honest, I'm not too impressed. It's not too, I mean, I feel like maybe there's more, but maybe not a lot. Now, I also could be wrong in terms of my whole, like, world generation for the other. I could be wrong in that it doesn't actually refresh just by me deleting the region files. I genuinely don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. For example, that's uraninite. So already, we know we are getting uraninite. Which, yeah, we've got a bunch of uranium. This is the main thing, the uraninite ore, as well as this, the raw uraninite and the uraninite. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. We've got 48 already. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, we've definitely got the new ores, so that side of things working. I still feel like, I guess we'll see once it actually chops down this fast. You know what, I should have timed and bottled it with some more power. In fact, I should just give it the more power that we were going to do before. Let's do that. I'll quickly fly back over here. All right, so I've got this guy. I'm just going to place him back here. I'm going to entangle him with the builder. I'm going to open this guy up, grab out my ender gates. I'm going to slap these on. And we should now see that this guy is filling up with power. He's got plenty. He's got all he needs. We can then fly back in this direction, hopefully finding the hole. Yep, here we go. And so now it is going, I think that's remarkably faster. I think that is pretty clear. And in terms of the ores, hey, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot in this section. In terms of down here though, I mean, you know what? I still feel like this stuff is annoying to mine. I'm pretty sure it's like takes a lot longer. Obviously with a quarry, it's not much of an issue, but I don't know. I still felt like there was going to be a lot more. To be fair though, compared to what there was, I'm pretty sure this is a lot more. To be completely honest, what do we have? What's this? Uraninite ore. I'm pretty sure there was like dense and yeah. So this is poor uraninite ore. So I wonder if there's dense. I would imagine there is. It's just a matter of getting it. But hey, cool, nice. Realistically, we should have a drawer for the uraninite. But it's not the end of the world. Maybe it might be the end of the world. It depends. It depends. I kind of want to do that though. Let's maybe do that because look, already we've got like 100 and something. I do want to put it somewhere. So let's grab a compacting drawer. I don't know if we needed it to be a compacting drawer. Arguably, we don't. Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Actually, yeah, it kind of does because that looks pretty silly. Let's grab a drawer. Just a single oak drawer. Oh, I didn't want to drop it. Yep, grab that. Go over here. Yep, open this up. Yep, drawer. Yep, beautiful. Place this guy down. He's full of charcoal. Let's just 1 second, please. Yep, 1 second. All right, but he's gonna get uraninite, and then I mean that's pretty much it. We can lock him. I put the other thing away there, our linking tool. Linking tool. Thank you. And I can click this and just connect it, and there we go. So now our uraninite should go there before it goes into our system. I don't know how long we'll have to wait to see that in action, but I'll put the rest of this stuff away. Oh, yep, I saw it. It went to 7. I don't know when it happened, but 11. Yep, beautiful. Okay, awesome. So our system's hooked up. We've got uranium. Let's run back into the overworld. Man, this episode's probably been a little long. I'm sorry, but we should now be able to order our reactors, our 36 reactors. What? We need to smelt more uranium. Oh, but I didn't add, we need a pattern. Let's run into here, open this up. We want to get the smelting recipe for uraninite, and we obviously want to chuck that in here. There we go. That should be good enough. Now let's search reactor. 36, please. Boom. We can order it. I'm going to click start. Now, the big waiting part of this recipe is going to be the energizing orb part. The part that happens over here, I think. This stuff, although we have one blazing energizing rod, it charges this stuff pretty quickly. The problem is, it still takes a little while. You know what I mean? It's not the best thing in the world, but it's enough that we can just wait. Like it's, you know, we won't bawl our eyes out having to wait for this. With that being said, this stuff, the nitro crystals, are probably going to take a while, especially since apparently we're crafting a decent amount. Now, I think it makes like quite a bit per... You know what I can do? I think I can time in a bottle this. And I think that... Yeah. As you can see, the thing gets in there and it's just instantly out. Oh my god. Okay, that is definitely speeding things up a bit. With that being said though, I mean, hey, how many do we have scheduled, sorry? 100 of these? Man, it's still going to take a while. Like, even with this thing going instantly, we're still limited just by... I don't know, just by life. Alright, so, I mean, this is literally going to be a waiting game. In terms of speeding this up, how would you do it? You would need multiple orbs. Because as you can see, like, the power rate that this stuff's coming in literally doesn't affect it. I mean, it affects it, obviously, but we're still waiting a while. The other option is obviously having a backlog of these made. Like, if I was storing a bunch of these pre-made, they would just sit there, you know what I mean? Like, this system, all it does is make this stuff. So if I've just got it making things in the background, no other interactions messed with. Like, at the moment, we're currently trying to order like 10,000 of every type of ore, just to, or every type of ingot, just so that we don't have to like worry about it. You know what I mean? And currently, oh, you know what I think? I think it's the ore hammers are currently stalling. Hold on. This is big issue moments. The crafter. Yeah. This thing needs, I know what it needs. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it. This thing needs ore hammers. So I think what I do, if I search ore hammer, we've got what? A bunch of these. They are craftable. I can order one. And will it craft it? It will. So all I want to do is grab an exporter. By the way, what's going on here? Why am I manually crafting these things? How is it? Importer, exporter, external storage. 8 of them. Ordered. And yet what are we waiting on? Currently we're crafting, what? Refined obsidian? That's not even one of these. This should be working. It baffles me. Like this genuinely should be working. This should be ordering 8 of each of these. Missing ingredients. What are you missing? I want this thing to fight me. What are you possibly missing? Let's have a look. We need to figure this out. Crafting upgrades, energy upgrades, it's got those. Perfect. Next up is importer. Are we making an importer? We've got 10. Beautiful. You've got plenty of importers. Exporter, we know you don't. We just know you don't because we looked before. What do you need for this? Doesn't matter. You've got the resources, as we can see. What's next? Fluid XP. Okay, you know, maybe that's the issue. In fact, I think it might be. Fluid XP? We've got 8 of them. That's not the issue. What's next? External storage we made one before. That's not the issue. Resonant, flux, and cyclical. Can I bookmark these? I can. Okay, let's have a look. Resonant, we've got 2. How do I order you? We need Invar. Okay, that's the issue. Listen, that's all you had to say, buddy. All you had to say was, hey, I don't have any Invar. I need Invar. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say. So, the Invar issue is, once again, we were making these using fire charges. Now we need to use Invar dust to make them. We could use a few different methods, but we're probably going to use Invar dust. The dust is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be iron dust combined with nickel. We'll create that. Both of these patterns will have to go in a crafter, but as you know, well, actually, there might be gaps in some of these. There's no gap in there. There's no gap in there. There's 1 gap, 2 gap. Beautiful. Wonderful. So now, this system should be able to do its thing again. We should be able to search resonant, click this, search for 6 of them, click start, and just order them. And it should happen. And then hopefully this guy will chill. Oh, God, the rest of this stuff. Exporter. You know what? I don't even see a recipe for the exporter. What? Am I that crazy that we lost our exporter recipe? I mean, I must be. Yeah. Mind-blowing. Okay. Well, anyway. Let's order a bunch of these. Yeah, listen. It was a messy episode, but hey. Anyway, crafting upgrade. We're going to go ahead and grab this guy. And so now, if I hop underneath here, We can put an insert here. We'll have to break this and add a cable, but that should be fine. That'll connect it. I want to tell this guy, hey, put in platinum ore hammers, and guess what? You know how to craft them too. So now, platinum ore hammers will go in there. We can manually chuck in some. I do want to get a regulator upgrade really quickly. Purely because, oh god, if we don't, we're going to have a horrible time where this thing will just fill up. And it might have already done it. 1. Okay, it's got a bit of a backlog. It's fine. It's fine. Once it gets through all of this stuff, we'll be good. Yeah, so the regulator upgrade, so crafting upgrade allows it to craft the item it's trying to put in there. The regulator upgrade sets an amount. So I could say 10, but 1's fine. Keep 1 in there. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Nice. Excellent. Are we good now? I think we're good. So the steel should get made. This thing's another just slow recipe we're just waiting on. This thing, more different things we're waiting on. I think it's done with the rough stuff though. Yeah, we're now onto diamonds. So this is more just takes a while to do. To actually charge. I've also done something interesting. I've entangled this rod, this energizing rod, and I've put extra ender cells on the bottom to provide it with more power. So when we're doing 16 times, it can almost keep up. Because this guy only allows, it looks like 4,000 per side. But I imagine these guys are squeezing in a little bit more. We could, it's probably, I don't know, is it too late? How long is this stuff taking? Because this is a little bit dumb. It is going to take a while. Do we just end the episode? I don't want to end the episode here. I don't want to AFK either. we're in a bit of a predicament. Okay. Actually, yeah, have a look at this. 4,000 is coming out of all of them. So that does work, which means I can grab some more and we can continue doing this. I didn't actually want to put you there. Sorry. Place you next to you. Entangle you. Slap that guy there. Yep, remove the limit. So this guy should be, able to handle a little bit more. Let's push it further. And this should hopefully not take nearly as long. You know what? Realistically, in terms of speed here, we might be able to push it further. I'm just trying to find any way that we can speed this up. Obviously, we've got a diamond crafter. They're pretty fast. But we've only got a normal importer at the top. If I go ahead and upgrade this guy to, say, an ultra importer, we might see a little bit more of a buff. Realistically, if I push it to creative, we would definitely see a buff. The question is, what do we need for creative? We don't have any of these recipes. You know what? Let's do it. Creative importer. Let's add that. We're going to need block of netherite and withering processor. Withering processor is a smelted raw version. The raw version is going to be pretty much the normal processor recipe, but with the nether star, which we have a decent amount of, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then obviously netherite as well. We'll put them away where we can, but I think all of these are full. So we need a new crafter. We'll just use a normal diamond one. We won't place a what do you call them? A creative one yet. We can't even craft them yet. There we go. So if I search importer and click this and click start, that should craft relatively quickly. Bear with me. Relatively quickly. And this thing should be insane. If we wanted to as well, we could get a creative, what do you call it? A creative crafter. These guys are insane. The issue that they have is they're a little bit too insane. If you order the wrong thing, guess what? Game over. I think I just want to put a chest in here. That should be fine. And we obviously want a few more patterns, but that should be fine as well. Here we go. So I'm going to add these recipes in there. Now listen, I think they might be disabled on the server that we play on. But I'm not playing on a server. No, not the server we play on, sorry. No machine found. Oh, I placed them in here, sorry. These need to go in here, and then I think we have what we want. I think now if I search creative, yep, we've got our importer. So if I come over here, I'm going to pick this guy up. He's going to break for a little bit. I'm going to place that there. He should be good. Exact mode, blacklist, all that's good. Let's, first off, let's check. Let's see what it looks like with just this bit upgraded. Let's see if there's any noticeable difference. Anything at all. Okay, what you should notice is no matter how carefully we look, in fact, we'll speed this guy up. I don't believe, yeah, look, you don't even see the original product. Oh, sorry, the finished product, because it gets taken out instantly. Instantly. It is definitely a very good upgrade. We could, we can't really push this guy further. Purely, well, I wonder if I do this, does that somehow do anything? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it does. Realistically, you should make more of these rods. The problem is I've already started the recipe. Do we cancel it, get more rods and do that? You know what? I think I will. I'll tell you what. I'll add recipes for, you know what? It's fine. I'm just going to click it. I'm going to cancel it. It's canceled. It's canceled. I'm going to search energizing rod. I'm going to pick up, I won't pick up that guy just yet. Energizing rod. We obviously want to get this guy to nitro if we wanted a really good rod. We've currently got blazing. To get it to this next level is actually really cheap. We'll order that. I'll pick this thing up. We might not have everything, but we can at least take it to the next level. So this is going to go from 4,000 RF per tick to 10,000 RF per tick. Already massive jump. Let's push it one step further. This is going to be from what? 10,000 to 40,000. And then do we have this stuff? Oh, we do. Beautiful. Then we're going to push it because why not? From 40,000 to 200,000 RF per tick. Or forge energy per tick. We're going to slap that guy back down there. And then we're going to continue our recipe. We're going to search reactor. Yep, here it is. 36 of you, please. They might have to craft a few extra little bits along the way. But it's going to do a pretty good job. As you can see, it's one-tapping these diamonds, which is very beautiful. Let's... Listen, normally I would do a sole episode for these crafters, these creative tier items. But I just want to do it now. Listen. We'll clickbait another episode, okay? For now, I just want to slap this... Like, I'm not going to replace these guys yet. So we won't see the full extent of how good a creative crafter is. But I just want to test him out down here, okay? Is it the end of the world? I don't think so, okay? Yeah, I'm using it on an energizing orb. Anyway, we've got these patterns. I'll take them out. I'm going to pick up the crafter. Any second now. Boom. I'm going to then place the creative crafter like so, facing the right spot. We're going to put in our patterns. And then importantly, this guy actually needs power, believe it or not. He has an RF per tick required. Or at least I think he does. You know what? With that being said, he doesn't seem to want to take any items, so maybe he doesn't? I thought he did, though. I will say I thought he did. Oh, no, I didn't want to break that. Oh god. I was just going to see if it would connect on anyway, but no, it doesn't seem to want to. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to slap this here. Place my receiver back down facing the right way. Yep, that should keep doing its thing. Alright. Let's go see what we're looking at now. So, we've just changed pretty much everything about this thing. This thing's fully pimped out, fully upgraded. This recipe's not doing anything, is it? Now, why is it not doing anything? Because it's the wrong recipe. Why is it the wrong recipe? Nitro. The nitro crystals cost us 2 redstone, 1 blazing crystal, 1 nether star. This has 2 emeralds in it. Oh, yeah, because I broke the thing. Sorry, my bad. So we actually want to take out at least some of this stuff. How many emeralds are in there? Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Well, you know what? I think it's actually just putting new emeralds in. I don't think I'm taking out, like... Yeah, I think it's constantly putting emeralds in for whatever reason. It's fine. Is it fine? I don't think it is fine. Hold on. Let's break this real quick. Let's break that and replace this. I might have to redo the recipe. Why does it want to put... did they change the recipe? I don't think they did. Did I mess up the recipe? I don't know why it's really wanting to put in all of these things at once. That's very odd. No. Nether star... Oh, it's because this guy. I need to set him to do pulse inserts next set. That is my bad. Oh, God. Okay, let's go ahead and cancel that. Yeah. Okay. Listen, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you make horrific messes and someone's got to clean them up. And that someone is sadly you because you made the mess. And so you got to clean up after yourself. But we can put all this stuff away. That's fine. That's all good. And then let's order them again. What? Finally, lucky last. We order them. So now we have creative importer, creative crafter, and a energizing rod that's upgraded pretty nicely. If we go ahead and speed up this guy, each time this flashes, it's complete. In case you couldn't tell. It is going so rapidly right now, you cannot even see it. Is it even doing it? I genuinely don't know. I might have just broken it. No machine found. I think I broke it. I think it went so fast that the comparator didn't pick up on it. I genuinely think that's what just happened. Okay, listen. listen. It happens. It happens. Yeah, it didn't even know. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's jumpstart it again. There we go. Okay. Don't go too fast. That's going to be my lesson of the day. Let's do 2 times. Okay, 2 times works. By the way, I think if you use integrated dynamics, this would probably work more reliably at higher speeds. Let's try 4 times. 4 times? Get you 4 times. Yep. 8 times. 8 times. Can I get an 8 times? We can. You know what? That's pretty good. You know what? Let's see. Does it break at 16 times? It somehow doesn't. I do recall that we tried 32 times and it didn't work, so we'll leave it at 16. Hey, that's pretty good. We can see the rate at which it's doing it down here. That is pretty decent. These are the rough ones to do. We can actually bump this up a little bit further because these ones do take a little bit longer. We're currently doing 32 times. I'm using up quite a lot of my time though. 64 times? Okay, I think I might have broke it. Yeah, because it's trying to do energized steel. Oh, poor little energized steel. It's such a small, quick recipe. It's like the quickest one to do. And I've done this. Alright, so, I was going to say we should be getting energized steel, but we're not. Oh, you know what I think I've done? I don't think it was even the issue that we suspected. I think I put the energized steel in one of these. Yeah, there it is. No. Sorry, buddy. You're meant to go in there. There we go. So that should happen very quickly. Hopefully not too quickly that it breaks again, but it should be quick enough. Yep, beautiful. So it's only going to do a stack of those. We should have our reactors. Man, listen, this episode... Let me have a quick look at my raw recordings to see what we're sort of dealing with here. It's already over an hour at this point. And we've only just made the reactor. You know what? This might have been... You know what? I take everything back. This episode, you know what? The focus was the energizing orb. I can't squeeze it in. To be fair, we redid the whole other. I think that's pretty fun. Actually, you know what? I think a big part of the start of this episode was I was recording but I wasn't playing. While I was trying to find in the other dimension the stuff. By the way, I misspoke. I meant to say mining dimension earlier. Do I do the reactor? do we do the reactor this episode? I mean, we've got all the stuff. Do I do the reactor? I think we do. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll just set up the bare minimum. I like how this was meant to be an example of how easy it is to set up power, the mod power, like reactors compared to deep resonance, and I've wasted so much time that it honestly has not been. It has not been faster. But I'll tell you what. We can go ahead and demolish this tree. Beautiful. That should hopefully disappear too. Wonderful. We can have our reactor. Let's actually go ahead and place some of these stone bricks. We might as well make it look nice. We spent all this time. We're gonna have a beautiful little platform. Then you grab your reactor. You look in a 3x3, and you place it down. And it will take all the items, and it will craft itself. I'm doing nothing here. Believe it or not, I'm doing nothing. It's building itself. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I'll add an extra little border, and then you have a reactor. So what does this guy do? Well, for starters, you can get a bucket of water. And you can right-click the bucket of water in, and it fills up this bar, and then I think that's it. That's it. It's done. It no longer needs water. Like, I don't think you need to pump water in. It gets a bucket, and then that's it. In terms of other liquids you can put in, when we right-click on this guy, you can make a creative capacitor, apparently. You can also see the coolants. As you can see, you can use a lot of water, or you can use a lot of water. So that's your option for liquid coolants, is water. You just put a bucket of water in, you're done. The next option is solid coolants. The best here is the one at the bottom. That is dry ice, which is made with blue ice, which is made with ice, packed ice, which is made a few different ways. Packed ice with a pure daisy, that's auto-craftable, we can do that. Packed ice is obviously ice. You might be wondering, okay, well, how do we get ice? Well, we could do pure B plus ice. That's interesting. Pure B. Look at that guy. Pressure chamber some ice. Sure. Pure daisy some ice. Sure. Once again, auto-craftable. You'd bulk wash some ice. Beautiful. Ice itself. An ice charge. Maybe some ice essence. Maybe you put some snow in a maniple. You can compress the snowball. I don't know why I sounded so upset when I said that. Like, oh yeah, you could. A frosty bee? Yeah, that's an option. Frosty bee will also get you snowballs, which you could turn to ice and ice itself. Blast chiller, that's probably the way to go, to be honest. Few options. But yeah, for now, I just want to see what's the bare minimum we can do. So, first things first, uraninite. I'm going to order 1,000. That should happen quickly. We just need to smelt it. Wonderful. I'll grab a stack out. Excellent. The stack of uraninite goes in the middle. It fills up this bar, and you start generating power. We currently are generating 280 RF per tick. It's that simple. This is pretty much better than anything we have at all. We can turn auto mode on. That means when it's full, it'll pretty much turn off. To speed things up, or I guess make things better, you can grab redstone and coal or charcoal. Coal will go up here. And now we should be a little bit more efficient. I think our burn rate goes down by doing that. We can then chuck in redstone. Redstone has increased us to 330,000 RF per tick. Possibly increase the rate here, not sure. Yeah. Now, a big part of your fuel conservation, I believe, happens when you put in the solid coolant. At the moment, we can leave that in. We put a stack of everything in. We can just leave this and see how long it takes until we actually need to do anything. Whether it's replace the redstone. Oh, in fact, it actually tells you. Efficiency, so I guess carbon adds heat, okay? And redstone adds fuel consumption. So yeah, this guy, I guess they sort of counteract each other. This guy adds extra production, and then this guy makes him a little bit more fuel efficient. Yeah. So, I mean, as you can see, we're burning through fuel pretty quickly. Do we have any type of ice at all? Do we have snowballs that we can sort of mess with? We do have snowballs. Did it say we could put snowballs in here? We can. No, we can't. Okay, it sits there, but it does nothing. Let's try a snow block. I don't know. I don't remember. Snow block? Nope. Okay. What do we have on the map? Do we have like a frozen area? I mean, we've got all this stuff. It does look like, hey, it looks like there's ice up there. I'll tell you what. We'll go borrow some ice. Do we want to do this? How long is this going to take? Why have I... Man, the one time I touch power and it's like, for some reason, we're so strapped for time. Oh, this is actually water. It's not actually ice and it hasn't turned into ice. Awesome. Is this even water down here? I don't think so. I think it's... I mean, ice? No, it's all water. Okay. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. We've got snow. We don't have... I'll tell you what. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, commit to it. Why not? Let's commit to it. We're going to do it. We're going to jump down here. We're going to search blast chiller. We're going to grab this. We're going to craft everything needed. It looks like we need packed ice to begin with. God, how ugly. This is hurting my brain trying to think of what I need here. I think I need a pickaxe, which actually isn't even in here, is it? I think the pickaxe is actually in my tool hand. This has silk touch. Then we need ice, which once again, don't really know where we're going to get it because in terms of ice, we simply don't have any. For some reason, there's no ice up in the hills. There's things that look like they should be ice, but this is stone, believe it or not. And I think it's below water. Yep, awesome. Up here, once again, water, I believe. Oh, you know what? This is ice. This has to be ice. Just to the north. Okay, we're going north. North to the ice. Oh, here we go. Bingo. Surely it's ice. Excellent. Ice. I'm going to vein mine it all. We're going to get a stack of ice. We're going to grab a little bit more as well because I want to be able to craft everything that we want. We'll quickly fly back to the base. So we're going to turn this stuff into packed ice. Then we're going to turn the packed ice into dry ice. And then we're going to just compare the rates. And we're going to let bygones be bygones. How does that sound? So, what is that going to look like? We're going to open this up. Chuck this stuff in there. Clear that. Do this. This is then packed ice. Packed ice then turns into blue ice. I actually need a little bit more, believe it or not. We didn't get enough ice. Oh my god. You know what's a smart idea? We're going to mine in rows here. And we can get a stack for each little dig. And we don't have to like run a quarter mile just to get everything. Boom. Boom. I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's because I was crouching or something. How much do we have? We got plenty. So packed ice, I'm going to chuck this recipe in. I'm going to put all this stuff away. I'm sorry this episode ended up being so messy. In my mind, it was going to be just so simple. Okay, we've got blue ice. So yeah, I'm pretty sure any of these ices you could use. Like, there's no issue using them. The problem is the dry ice is the best. So to make the dry ice, you put 2 blue ice in here, and that's it. It creates dry ice. So if we search ice, we now have 3 dry ice. I'm going to open this guy up. Currently we are using, well, currently nothing because it's full. But we can grab a, what can we grab? We need an ultimate cube, to be honest. How long is this going to take to craft? It shouldn't take long. I think we have pretty much everything. I think. Please. Can this be the one thing that... Yeah, look at how quick it's crafting compared to everything else we've made today. Okay, it's done. It's done. So we're going to place this guy here. He's going to fill up... Oh my god, he fills up too quick. Well, oh my god. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll tell you what. We can turn this off, or on, I guess. So he should turn on. He should turn on. What we might actually do, I might just grab a trash can. I'll be honest. Listen. I know I shouldn't do it. I know, but we have infinite coal, we have infinite redstone, we have infinite everything. Listen, it's for science, okay? I don't know why this guy is he turning. Okay, he's turned back on. We're using 0.85 millibuckets per tick. I place in a dry ice. It fills up this bar. That lowers the temperature by only 32 degrees. But now we are using it's dropping. We need to wait until it's at its lowest. So we'll wait a little bit more. You can see this is dropping. This went from 500 degrees, I think. I think it was at 500. Possibly even higher, I'm not sure. And it's still dropping. Like that. Listen, I don't know what the negative 32 means. I don't know if it's going to go to negative 32. No, it's going to 29. We're now using from 0.85 millibuckets per tick to 0.05 millibuckets per tick. Meaning this uraninite is going to last more than 10 times longer, I'm pretty sure. Like, this is a phenomenal rate of improvement. Like, insane. Like, you can't even fathom how much more efficient we got just by putting this in. And the rate at which this coolant burns out, I mean, look at it. We're currently watching it. This machine is running flat out. The number we're looking at is the stored, the 682, 681, 680. And there's 712 of that in each of these dry ice. And we got, that much more that we can just sit there. It's pretty impressive. Once again, this guy is currently generating, look at that, 474,000 forge energy per tick in this little thing. And we put a stack of coal, a stack of redstone, a stack of uraninite, and 3 bits of dry ice. So, probably a couple stacks of ice, to be fair. How crazy is that? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I apologize for those of you who clicked on the video thinking, hey, yeah, I want to see how the reactor works. And then, just the mess of what happened. But hey, I stuck through. We got it done. We made it in the end. I should probably get rid of this so that this thing can actually fill up and, and turn off again. But it is insane. Which means as well, you guessed it, we need to start using this power. So we've got to figure out ways to actually make use of this power because, I mean, we kind of don't need it. We've currently got like too much power. So let me know. Let me know what I should use this power to do. Whether it's more chunk destroyers, more miners, more somethings. Let me know. Yeah. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We did a lot. It was just the goal that we wanted to do was a little bit messy. But in between there, I think we did a decent amount of stuff. Even getting the creative tier stuff. Which, once again, once you start messing with these things, if you weren't before, start making backups of your world. So just copy your world folder, put it in a different file, save it somewhere else as a backup. Because if you create the wrong thing, like if you have an importer and an exporter of creative tiers doing things, you can completely just like lock your game up. Like our server has gone into boot loops multiple times just from these creative tier things because they are insane. With that being said though, like just in case that's sort of scaring you, you can do a recipe that would take you like with a netherite crafter like 10 minutes. It would take you like 10 minutes. Like I was doing one of these recipes for the ATM star. One of these things, I forget which one it was. I think it was the dimensional seed. These things were taking so long. There was honey blocks, I think it was. Blocks of honey, like multiple times compressed, and I needed to craft them all. The creative crafter does it instantly. You don't even know that it's there, or at least it did, or at least I think it did. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. What do we need to get rid of to get this to have nice visuals? Is it that tree? Which tree's blocking it? Come on, reveal yourself. I think it's this one. I'm gonna just get rid of it. Alright, there we go. Now we've got beautiful light over here. So, yeah, of course he's off again. I'll tell you what, let's chuck this guy down, just so that, you know, it can light up green again. For the sake of a beautiful thumbnail. Is it gonna do it? I think it should. I think it's gotta empty like quite a decent amount before it turns on, right? No, it's currently running. Is it? Normally I swear these corners light up. Am I crazy? I must just be crazy. Okay, that's fine. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you had some fun. I had some fun regardless. Yeah, thank you for supporting the channel, whether it's liking the video, doing all that stuff. Big thank you for helping the channel grow as crazy fast as it has. Each and every one of you. Genuinely thank you. Even if you're just stopping by and you're, I don't know, annoyed. Thank you for, I guess, stopping by to begin with. Thank you for supporting me financially as well. Watching the ads helps me out big time. As well, of course, as any donators or channel members we have. Don't feel pressure to do that stuff. Watching the ads, watching the video, that stuff's more than enough. It helps me out big time. It's made us grow as crazy as we have. And somehow it doesn't seem like we're slowing down, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, thank you to everyone involved. I don't think I say this enough, but big thank you as well to all the mods team for featuring me on their on the CurseForge page, because I'd be lying if I didn't say that I got a massive boost from that. I'd be lying. Like, listen. We were growing steady for a while, so whilst I don't think that we weren't gonna, you know, get to this point at some point, I definitely think that they've cut like 10 years off of our journey, off of that climb that we were gonna have to do to get to where we are. So thank you guys. Thank you, What the Drunk and those involved in, I don't know, in stumbling upon my channel. So yeah. Thank you guys, and of course, you know, thank you to all the mods, quite literally, who put this stuff together. Because obviously, you know, without any single person in this list, and hey, that includes you. That includes you, Universal Grid. Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's like an inside joke. I don't even know if it's an inside joke between the dev or if it's just between me. but I don't know. I find it funny. I find it funny to take jabs at it every so often. It's genuinely really good. I've already used it so often. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, goodbye.